Hello, it's time for more My Hero Academia. This is episode 6 of season 7. Oh man, I actually I had a very busy week, an extremely busy week where I was doing a lot of stuff. And because of that, I kind of forgot that MHA was coming around today, which is good because that means I wasn't thinking about it so much that it was driving me crazy, because sometimes that happens in certain weeks when My Hero is airing. I'll be sitting there and I'll be thinking, I have to wait 5 days for this, and then the next day I go, I have to wait 4 days for it, I have to wait 3 days for it, and it just stays in my head constantly. But luckily this week I was so busy that I didn't even have time to think about that, and so when it came back around, it felt quick, felt great. So I'm excited to jump into this season 7 episode 6. Last time we kind of got some real shit started. I mean, Aoyama met up with Deku and was like, I'm betraying you. And then All For One appeared and he went, nah, it was all because of me. And then Aoyama was like, just kidding, I wasn't betraying them. And then all the heroes and villains started to come out of portals, Avengers Endgame style. So I am really excited to see how this plays out. I will admit, I've got the screen open and the first screenshot is not of that scene. So it makes me think we're gonna be seeing some other things, probably how they plan it, putting it together. Maybe they'll actually show Monoma using Kurogiri's quirk, which I think is what happened, since Kurogiri, since Monoma was the first one we saw from those portals. So maybe we're gonna see how they realize that they can utilize it like that. I don't know, but let's jump into the episode. Make sure to support the video on the channel if you can. Liking, commenting, subscribing, all that stuff helps me out a lot. I'm a small channel, so please make sure to help me out if you can. I have a One Piece channel called Gent Watches One Piece. If you like that show, you should go check out my reactions to that. It's really bloody good. We're coming up near episode 500 soon, so it's definitely worth it. And I have a Patreon account, which you can use to get the full-length reactions, as well as early access, exclusive videos, lots of other stuff. If you want to watch the whole episode with me, you just have to sync it up with your own footage on my Patreon account in the description below. So, yeah, anyway, let's jump into My Hero Academia, Season 7, Episode 6.
It's time we discuss the future of our world, the final battle plan.
Okay, so is this episode gonna be about the battle plan? I don't know.
Cunning and cowardly. You must massage reality and make them believe they're in control.
So we pretend we're desperate because the walking nutsack is too smart for us. Stroke is...
We'll proceed on the assumption that he's still using search. He's got his eyes on us. The goal is to have him think we're making a series of bad moves one after the other. That he has got us bested.
Good.
He won't...
So Aoyama's helping us?
Aw, they're all so happy he's part of it. Aw.
How will we go about deceiving him?
If we lied to him, he would kill us.
Good question.
Choice, but there's never written communication. Given the number of informants in his network, he must have a way of instantly knowing if they're being honest with him.
Yep, he's got a
Pretty
quirk.
sure he has a way. If there's no lie in the audio he hears, he'll believe he can show up without fear.
Oh, shit.
That's why we'll go with Aizawa's idea and use his power.
Oh, Shinso. Oh,
Shinso!
genius.
You said your power came with limitations.
A lot's changed since then.
Oh.
Well, I've been training hard to develop my quirk.
You've improved your power? So that
Yama and his parents talk. They'll say what I want them to.
Damn.
But my intentions will stay hidden from the enemy.
That's awesome.
It won't be as difficult.
You've got this!
We really owe you one.
I didn't even think about
you
that.
want to be in speed.
Obviously, A.
What's your hero name?
What's their problem?
They love you,
was able to amp
Shinso.
up his power. But since this is an emergency, the Heroes Public Safety Commission said they would make an exception for him.
Good.
Our numbers are dwindling, and it would be suspicious if we gathered in one place. Why would our enemies come?
No worries. The
They've got
heroes
that
won't be
planned.
We won't be able to do this without you. Are
Yep.
you up to it,
You got this, Monoma.
Phantom Thief?
Well, we know it works. We saw last episode.
I've lost an eye, and my erasure is barely functioning.
Damn.
Know what I heard? Our side would have been massacred at Jakku if it wasn't for your bravery. I said I'd be Our side character.
Absolutely. He's got a very sidekicky power.
Take center stage.
Oh shit.
This whole time, you are a star.
Yeah, one aspect of it. Oh shit!
Who's in the spotlight now?
That's awesome! Great job, Monoma.
This is the beginning of the end.
Oh god. But what are we gonna do now? Because we need to split them up, right? He's not.
Tommy, I didn't think that you'd be here for me to slaughter, dear old dad.
Oh
Before
fuck.
we start, how about I cremate your friends?
Oh! Todoroki's here too, so it's gonna be Todoroki versus Darby. I mean, you know, Shoto. Yeah.
No way am I going to allow that.
Train in droves. Is this where you plan
Oh,
to mount
they're all
a
here.
last stand?
Activate System Troy.
Ooh. Oh shit.
These apart in seconds. So why have they gone through such trouble?
Yeah.
Surely this isn't their whole strategy.
Is he gonna like send them really far away from each
We'll
other?
stop him, and your body won't ever fully recover. But we're both still standing, and today we'll defeat this abomination. Make no mistake.
I love
This is
Sakuchi.
it.
You're far from UA and the makeshift fortress. We've plotted every detail.
Yep, it's gonna send them all
to
far
make
away
you
from each other.
overconfident.
Surprised you, didn't I?
Oh, with the warp, of course. That makes a lot of sense.
The gates are ready.
You really think you can split us up?
Yeah. Seems to be working so far.
Damn thing's moving.
Stop your complaining and start
Whoa,
waving
this
your
guy
balls.
again.
Break free.
That guy was from the very first
Get me out.
attack on USJ.
That's all we needed.
Oh,
Going for a ride.
Then divide and conquer. Force them to fight in places we've chosen.
Look, I'm the one pulling all the strings. This is ridiculous. You think we'd try this if we hadn't thought of a way to deal with Shigaraki's power? You
Fuck
showed
yeah.
up thinking you would outman us.
What? Whoa. What the fuck?
Almost done. Don't stop till we're through.
Is someone stopping Deku from being where he wants to be?
Deku!
Shit, man! So Deku's not where he's supposed to be. Where'd he go?
Nice speech, kid. You showed some real courage.
Young Monoma, back to Aizawa.
That's awesome.
Plan was a-
Holy shit.
This place,
What's up?
Oh, Hawks!
the Gunga Villa.
After Kamino, we figured out that the sludgy warp crap you've been using is a lesser version of what kurogiri can do.
Yep.
For that, I hope it burns to know hubris is what brought about your downfall.
No doubt you pitted one for all against Tomura. Quite risky for you. That's not the cruelest matchup you've devised.
Oh, God.
You forced your youngest child to face your failure.
Yes, that is
While at the
true.
same
Coffin in the sky. Okay. Holy shit. This is awesome.
UA.
Shigaraki.
Bad
Yep.
news, Denim Head.
Deku was supposed to be
Pull
here,
the fast one. Deku's gone.
but where'd he go? Oh, God. Oh, Toga did
He
it.
went through another warp.
Deku?
Oh, at least Deku's with
We're
Uraraka.
supposed to be with Shigaraki.
That's okay. He's with his girl.
I don't get it. Danger sense didn't activate.
Because he weren't in actual danger.
Toga, you did this? How was he not
Interesting.
here? What happened?
Whatever, there's no turning back. Don't you see what's in front of us?
Yep.
We're fighting.
You guys have to fight against
Greatest villain in
Shigaraki.
recorded history.
Anywhere. It's just me. Oh well.
You're hard enough to deal with on your
Be
own.
fine as long as I don't get in my own way.
There we go. He's immediately jumping to it. Oh, interesting. Nice! It's a perfect, like, anti-shigaraki section.
I'll have to.
Whoa there!
Yes! Machinist!
An electric current will render you helpless, at least for a second. No matter your strength.
And crumbled in the sky. Plan to keep decay from spreading.
That's so cool.
Run. The ground's too fast. Your precious stage is gonna disappear.
Yeah, I
I'm not
guess.
concerned. We have plenty of resources.
Holy shit!
This place was tailored to defeat you. It's your coffin in the sky.
That's so interesting.
Let's go, everyone!
No problem. Can I get some spare parts?
Yes, Hatsune!
What did you say your name was?
Creaty.
Aww,
My friends
and
call me
Momo's helping.
Momo, though. Feel free to use whichever name you like.
And Momo and Hatsune getting along is
Result
nice.
in instant death.
Systems are a go. Come on, let's get in the air.
A 16-year-old girl made it all possible. Using the
Incredible.
principles, it takes a ton of energy to power this floating arena.
Wow, Bakugo!
Oh my gosh!
You feeling that buzz? My brain's like, whoa!
Hey, first year, stay focused.
They're counting on us. We'll do our best to keep Shigaraki down.
That's so
Give us
cool.
power! You got that right, man.
So Manga and
I'm gonna show that
Denki
freak what happens
and
when I have
others.
a cardboard friend!
We're doing this because we want to protect people.
Holy
And the
shit, that's
future.
cool animation.
Who will stop your destruction?
Oh yeah, Bakugo. Nice! Oh, this is fucking awesome.
Seriously? Don't you remember how we nerfed your ass at Deku?
Wow!
What's the matter? Boss having trouble using his power?
Oh my god!
Shouting, please.
Monoma using erasure.
The last time we fought Shigaraki, he wasn't complete.
Yep. It's still not the perfect conditions for us. Oh yeah! Damn. Oh god. Oh god!
I don't know! This is...
Holy shit! Those were all the fingers we saw! Oh my god!
But you turned out to be another disappointment.
Oh my god.
Eraserhead.
Oh my god. Ah! Whoo boy! Good fucking episode once again. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, this battle's getting insane. And oh okay. Let's talk about stuff. Let's start with Shinso and Monoma, two characters that are like kind of side characters and also who both have very similar backstories in that they were told when they were young that they couldn't be a hero because of their power. Like their power wasn't suited for heroism. Because Shinso was told that his power was more suited to be a villain, and Monoma was told that his power was more suited to be like a side character. Because Monoma doesn't have his own identity with his power, you know? He has to rely on other people's powers to do anything. And Shinso, obviously, mind control, it's tough to use that like purely for good reasons, I would say, you know? And so... like, but both of them are having the character arc of like learning to find their role in this game and doing it properly, and it's great. I really like it. They're very different characters to each other, but also like going through the same journey, and it's nice to see that they like had them both be like a major part of this episode. I mean, even the eye catchers in the middle of this episode were Shinso and Monoma, which is very nice. But we have some crazy matchups going on here. Shoto versus Toya is gonna be crazy. I'm very nervous about that one, but I am excited. I think that's gonna be very cool. We have Toga versus Deku and Uraraka and Froppy, which is that's really cool that like their plan goes perfectly except for one little hitch, and that one little hitch is is Toga actually, you know, doing something like that, because it's sort of not what, like, I'd expect the little hitch so far, and I imagine, you know, they're gonna have All for One and Shigaraki are gonna have their own things that they fuck up for us, but I like that the little hitch that we have immediately is from someone we don't expect in Toga, you know? Normally it's All for One or Shigaraki who's doing some last minute thing that really fucks with us. But here it's Toga. She sort of is a wild card. We don't really know to anticipate her, so we're sort of letting our guard down a little bit more around her, I think. And also, since she did like a non-combative attack that it was just like, oh, I'm just gonna pull you over here, then Deku's danger sense didn't go off. And I think also maybe it has to do with the fact that Toga loves Deku. Like, she doesn't, in that situation, like, there's literally no malice in her like pulling him towards her. Because she loves him, and you know, and so obviously she does want to hurt people she loves a lot of the time, but in this situation she wasn't doing that, and it was just like, I just want him to come here and be with me. So so that works quite well. I really enjoy that. But at least Deku gets to be with Uraraka. It is always sad to me when Uraraka and Deku aren't in the scene together, because I love them. And I love Uraraka so much. And I know if Uraraka is in the same scene as Deku, she's going to get more screen time as well. And I want her to have more screen time. But there's so much stuff going on right now that, like, not many people are going to get a lot of screen time, I don't think. The coffin in the sky, I really love the design of it. And the idea of how they're using Hatsume's skills for it, and they're using stuff like Denki Kaminari's lightning to power it, and Momo's quirk to give them the supplies that they need. It's really great how they're able to utilize a lot of these different quirks for situations like this. It's a great counter to Shigaraki to have it be when he decays a part of the floor shoots up away from the rest of the floor and just disintegrates on its own, because then it makes it kind of gives like landmines for him. Like, if he uses his power, he's going to be shot up into the air, and then he's going to be hitting the fucking outer wall and being electrocuted. But also, you know, even if that doesn't happen, it's still, the decay is not going to spread, so it's kind of useless unless he gets up close and personal with someone. Just a really clever plan. I like it. I would have liked to be a fly on the wall when Horikoshi is planning a lot of this battle, because it feels like he's come up with, you know, these powers, and he's come up with counters to all these powers in a lot of different ways, and he's just like, how can I incorporate all of these here? And obviously he's been setting this up for a while in the story, because a lot of the stuff, it's like, oh, this is how, you know, they're using this really effectively. It feels like he very purposefully set up a lot of these situations with writing the decisions he made before. It wasn't just like at the last second he's like, okay, I need to write a final battle, I guess this will happen, you know? It feels like he's actually genuinely planned a lot of this out, which is very entertaining and great to watch. But it's great to see a lot of these matchups. The fingers thing, that I keep calling it the fingers thing because I don't know what else to call it. It's like a super fingers that is like flying out towards people that Shigaraki can do. Is very interesting, because we saw a glimpse of it last episode, I believe, when Shigaraki was in a cave and he was like groaning in pain or whatever, and then Spinner went through and saw and went to go see him, and all these fingers like went and retracted into him. So it was something that he was practicing, kind of, but I don't know what the fuck it is. And the crazy thing is, wasn't Monoma still erasing him? Did he use that with his quirks erased, or is it not that simple, you know? Or is it like, you know, Monoma had to look away at some point, or was blocked off by the sight line of like what's her name? I'm only thinking Rumi, which I think is her actual name, but fucking Mirko. It was Mirko in front, because I mean, she's a big woman, you know, she's got fucking muscles coming out her ass. So was she blocking the view of Monoma, or was it is it that this doesn't require a quirk? It's just his body is able to do this weird morphing thing. I don't know. But monoma copying erasure is a cool plan. Because I was thinking in this episode, like, when Eraserhead was like, I only have one eye and I can barely use erasure anymore or whatever. I was thinking like, yeah, Horikoshi has had to nerf Eraserhead more and more and more so that he doesn't have to keep accounting for it. Because like when you create all these cool powers, but then you have one character and you're like, and this character can cancel any of them, then you start to get to the point where every time you come across a problematic quirk, you go, well, just send Eraserhead in there and he'll deal with it, you know? But so like throughout the series, Horikoshi's had to make him weaker and weaker, but like, you know, make him weaker in universe. Not just, sometimes writers will make a character weaker just by having them not do anything. Like just by having them, you know, act worse or be worse at whatever. But they've made Eraserhead no less badass throughout the series while also physically hampering him. I like take advantage of the fact that he's a human and, you know, his body can only take so much. So he had to lose an eye. He had to cut off a leg. Like, and those things they can't fix. At least not with their current quirk sets. I'm sure there are like regeneration quirks out. I mean, there are regeneration quirks canonically because the Nomus have been given regeneration, which means they had to have found that quirk from someone originally, and then put them into the Nomu. So there are regeneration quirks out there, but it's probably extremely few and far between. And on top of that, whatever regeneration quirks were there, All For One probably stole and took for himself. So it's fucked up. But they've continued to hamper Eraserhead more and more. So I thought this was their way of going, well, he's not going to be in the final battle. So, you know, just don't think about the fact that you can erase people. Like, he's just not going to be there. But they had him be in the final battle. They have monoma copying his quirk, which is interesting, but also scary because it's reminded me of last time that happened. Eraserhead was in grave danger. And now, once again, like, this episode ended with Shigaraki going, I can't believe I thought you were cool once, Eraserhead. Like, now he's pissed off at Eraserhead, at Aizawa. So maybe he'll come directly after him and Monoma, which would be very scary. But I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know what we're going to do. The twist of Deku not being in the Shigaraki group is great because I really don't know what's going to happen now. It just seemed so natural. Like if you got me to guess any of them, say like, oh, I'll give you $1 million if you can just guess one of the matchups. Like just like someone against someone else, just guess one of them. I would have gone for Deku and Shigaraki first. I think the second one I would have done is Shoto and Darby. So, you know, like I would have gotten that right. But if you only gave me one guess, I would have said, well, obviously Deku and Shigaraki are going to be in the same thing. And then I would have lost all my money. So, yeah, it's crazy. Really cool. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. I will see you next week. Goodbye.